could rhyme like him. Study this style to
Find my pen.
That was back when the only goal was to get J-Rap through the door. Warner Brother record.
Man, I've listened to that album non-stop. As you guys know, I'm a big fan of Kendrick Lamar. Since middle school, I've been jamming the album like non-stop. The Hard Part 6 is my favorite song on there. My favorite Hard Part is probably the second one, but this one right here, very, very good. But I'm not here to talk about Kendrick Lamar today. We're here to talk about, of course, the NBA news of this week right here. A lot of crazy things have happened, and yesterday, big time crazy thing that happened too as well. We're gonna get into that a little bit more too with Fred VanVleet. I don't know what he was thinking yesterday, but we're gonna get into that a little bit more. But first thing first, I'm gonna start off, of course, talking about the Joel Embiid situation. As you guys know, the stories and the headlines surrounding Joel Embiid, he's been having some issues with the 76ers. It was some thing that happened where they said Tyrese Maxey, of course, was the one to call him out and say, hey, we need guys to show up on time here and there and stuff like that, which is cool. You know, doing a team meeting, you know, people putting their kind of voicing their frustration out to each other and stuff in the meeting, in the closed thing. But somehow it got out that it said that Joel Embiid was late, and all this, it kind of got out, all the stuff about Joel Embiid got out there, and Joel Embiid was mad that somebody got that information out there. He's trying to find a person who got it out there. He had some incident with a reporter, of course, earlier this year, where he had, I think they said he shoved the reporter or something that happened, and then we see, of course, he started the season off injured, and now he's injured again. He had a knee injury. He might not be playing today versus the Clippers, so it's a lot going on with that. But I feel like the Joel Embiid thing is nothing new fully, because we've seen these like kind of like the reports early on in his career. We've seen Joel Embiid not showing a lot of effort in practice, not showing up on time in practice, and the reports they used to have like that. But no one cares, because when you're winning and doing things right like that, people don't really care about that. Oh, we can brush aside. And trust me, I know that firsthand. As you guys know, you know, I'm a big time Steelers fan. You know, I had a Steelers channel, a Steelers Syndicate channel, the media thing, and we discuss the Steelers. You can go subscribe on that channel on the road to 3,000 over there, and you know, cover the Steelers stuff, the news, the headlines, the articles, look at the sources and all the stuff you get and you hear and stuff about the team. But the main thing, remember Antonio Brown era. Antonio Brown was there. The Steelers didn't care when Antonio Brown and the Steelers were winning, getting that first spot. But that one year we missed the playoffs. That's when the things start getting a little loud. Like, okay, your antics can't be tolerated when we're losing. When we're winning, we let it slide because we're winning. But when we start doing it when you're losing, then that's when things start getting a little out of whack. And right now, the 76ers have lost a lot. Remember, they played my Heat. Jimmy Butler came back for that game. He scored 30 points that game, and they just kind of dominated the 76ers. I know Joel Embiid, before that game, was raving about Jimmy Butler. He was saying, Jimmy Butler is this, Jimmy Butler is that. Jimmy Butler is the best player of all time, or the best player in the NBA right now. So I know he wanted Jimmy Butler in the offseason. They said that he wanted Jimmy Butler, the 76ers, to trade for Jimmy Butler. They had Kyle Lowry on the team, got Caleb Martin. They had all the different pieces from the Heat. So kind of lure him in. You know, the reports that was going on in Miami that said Jimmy Butler didn't want to be there. And then he said Jimmy Butler will not step foot in the court for the Miami Heat this season. Then now we kind of find out most of that stuff was false. He do probably want a contract extension, of course, like that. But I think most of the stuff that was said was kind of false in a sense. So we'll see kind of what happens and what plays out, though, of course. But Joel Embiid and 76ers got to get it together. You know, they got a nice roster. You got Paul George. He got injured, though, tweaked his leg a little bit. I think he'll be back. But you got Paul George. You got Tyrese Maxey, who's balling. McCain, the rookie, Jared McCain. My Miami Heat skipped on somebody else again. We missed on I think we skipped over Tyrese Maxey in the draft. And now McCain as well. McCain is out there balling. They got Tyrese Maxey, McCain. Those guys are balling. And you have Embiid. So you have a nice little kind of like group of guys like that can get the job done. They just got to find a way to get in sync and buy in. You need everybody to buy in. You know, some people around you can't want it more than you. You got to want it. So we'll see if Embiid can get back on track. It's a lot of season left, of course, still. But they got to kind of like start stacking some wins to start getting on the groove again. Moving on to the next topic, of course. The next topic, we have, of course, the Fred VanVleet situation. As you guys know, Fred VanVleet, you know, with the Rockets, he been having an kind of a down year a little bit. He only averaged like, what, 14 a game, I think? Like 14 a game. You know, he haven't been shooting the best like he shoot of the pass or stuff. But he had a situation, I guess he got mad on that one play at the end of the game where the Rockets was kind of running down. Fred VanVleet ran down and tried to shoot a quick three to kind of tie the game up. It was down by 3 points. I probably thought he got a better shot, a better look or something, but he kind of ran down there and he kind of got fouled a little touched a little bit, but the referee didn't call a foul on that play. So he was angry and upset the whole time. So he was arguing with the referee the whole time when the other team was shooting the free throws and stuff. And then you see him walk across at the end of the game, talk to the ref before the game ended, actually, and he got ejected because he was cussing the ref out, and he went to the ref and he hit him in the head. He pointed the ref in the head like that. I'm like, yeah, that's going to be a big fine. There's going to be a big fine. They're about to send the SWAT team to him. It's going to be a big fine because you look at LaMelo Ball, he said no homo, I think a few weeks ago, he got fined $100,000. I'm like, oh my God. And then we seen Anthony Edwards get fined almost $50,000 for sticking the middle finger up. So if you lay a hand and you talk about the officials, you get fined too as well. It'd be like, depending on what happens. So if you touch an official like that in an aggressive manner, I don't know what that fine gonna be. That fine gonna be close to $1 million. I think it might be like I say it might be 250, maybe $250,000. It might be $500,000 depending on what happens like that, but it could be like $250,000 to $500,000. I mean, it could be like at least a quarter or $500,000. That fine gonna be a big fine, and he could face a suspension maybe for 1 game or something. That's gonna be a pretty hefty price though. He laid a hand on the official. You know, he had last year he used to discuss the officials a lot and say things about them. He used to get fined a lot for that. So now he laid his hand on the officials and touched them in the head. So that's gonna be a big fine coming. It said oh yeah, people predicting right now. They said $500,000 fine and a 5-game suspension. They said that's the prediction right now. They think that might be going. I'm like, that's a big price. Okay, let's move on to the next topic, of course. Discussing, of course, the NBA standings. As you guys know, the Celtics defeated the Cavaliers, giving their first loss. I called it too as well. You know, I like the Celtics been playing pretty good. The Cavs been playing some guys. They played some teams, of course, beating some teams, but the Celtics, they haven't played them yet. Played a tough team like that, and the Celtics had a big lead at first, and then the Cavaliers came back in the game, cut it down to like 3, and the Celtics held off in the end. And Jason Tatum and those guys doing their thing, hold the lead off, and then the Cavaliers suffered their first loss. But you know, it's not the end of the world, of course. The Cavaliers have a great record, 16-1. I feel like at the end of the year, they will not be number 1 seed. They'd be top 3 seed, but I don't think they'd be number 1 though by the end of this year. But they're still doing a good job. But you got the Celtics, of course, at 2 at 13-3. You got the Magics at 3, 11-7. You got the Knicks at 9-7. You got the Bucks at 8-9 at the 5th spot. You got my Heat at 6-7, the 6th spot. We haven't played a game since I think Monday. I think the 76ers game, like Monday or Tuesday. We haven't played a game in a while, but we played it today against the Mavericks. So we'll see what happens that game. You get the Hawks at 7-10 with the 7th spot, and the Bulls 7-11 at the 8th spot. And you go over to the West side. You know, Warriors are the first team, I think, to get the advancement, get to the knockout round for the NBA Cup tournament. They're sitting on top of their conference, 12-4. Thunder tied with them, 12-4 as well. Rockets 12-6. Lakers 10-6. Nuggets 9-6. Clippers 10-7. Grizzlies 10-7. And then you got the Suns at 9-7, top of the Mavericks at 9-7. So, and the Timberwolves still got a winning record too. The Spurs got a winning record as well. So the West got a lot more deeper teams, of course, and the Kings are basically at 500 too as well. So it's gonna be tough over there to see who get those playoff spots. You know, right now it's still early on in the year, so it's a lot of basketball left. You know, we're gonna see kind of who find their way to get to the end and beat the final teams. My prediction for MVP, I believe I said Luka the past 3 years, but I think this year I said Jason Tatum. Right now they have the MVP, of course, the Kia MVP race right now going up, and they kind of have some new people enter the stuff. The number 1, of course, is still Nikola Jokic, of course. He's been balling, 29 points per game, 13 rebounds, 11 assists, averaging a triple-double, which is crazy. Number 2 is Jason Tatum, 29 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. He's doing a very good job as well, going out there dominating. If he scored another 30-point game, he'd probably be over 30 right now, 29.9 points per game, doing a good job. Anthony Davis averaging 31 a game, 11 rebounds, 1 block per game, doing a very good job too as well. They still can give it a hump of beating the Nuggets. They lost to the Nuggets last night too by a good margin. So they just can't give it a hump of beating the Nuggets, but Anthony Davis is very good, playing very good basketball when he's healthy, two-way superstar. He can be a top defensive player on one end and a top offensive player on the other end, and just playing phenomenal for the Lakers. Now you look at the Giannis Antetokounmpo. Last week he was at number 7. He entered the top 5 now. He averaging 32 points per game, 12 rebounds, and then 6 assists. And the Bucks finally got back on track a little bit. They're 8-9 right now, sitting in I think the 5th spot. Got back on track, moving themselves up a little bit, and keep adding on, and trying to find a way to get back to being the Bucks that was dominating everybody. You got SGA, of course. SGA averaging 28 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists, doing a very good job. And after that, it's Curry, Durant, LeBron. You got Mitchell, and then you got De'Aaron Fox. So those are the top 10 guys. So that's kind of the key MVP race right there. You know, as you guys know, going to keep shuffling around. We expect to see, of course, Jokic, Giannis are always going to be 2 guys who are going to be on there every time. The top 5, they're going to be finalists every time. So we're going to see if SGA can find a way to get one. Jason Tatum find a way to get one as well. Jason Tatum stuff could get cut in half a little bit because Jaylen Brown start balling out again. He's been doing a pretty good job so far too as well. But if he start balling out, it kind of can cut some stuff in half a little bit. But I think my pick still stay the same. I'm gonna say Jason Tatum is probably the MVP this year after the season is finished. I think he got a chip on his shoulder a little bit from the Olympics, and you know, from last year as well. People saying, well, Jason Tatum, you won a championship, but you didn't win the conference finals MVP. You didn't win the finals MVP. You was just out there. Jaylen Brown was the real star of the team, so it's kind of like a little chip on your shoulder. Even though it's your teammate, of course, you want your teammates to succeed, but a little competitive, friendly little chip on your shoulder to help you go out there and try to do some magical things. Because if you win the MVP and then you win the finals MVP the same year, can't say anything now. Like, they can't say anything at all. It's just the same thing about Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry won MVP and then they win a championship. They're like, well, Steph didn't win the finals MVP. Now Steph got a finals MVP, so they can't say anything now. They can't bring up anything about that. So Jason Tatum has got to do that. I hope he don't do it, of course. I'm a Heat fan. I don't want to see the Celtics win anymore. But he's a good player, though. Great player. But that's kind of everything I have, I think, for this video, right? Yeah, everything I have for this video, my list. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe for more content. And I'll probably see you guys most likely a little bit later today. I'm going to have another video coming out. It will not be basketball related. Well, maybe after the Heat game, I might do a little short. But this next video is going to be about my Steelers. I got to talk to the fans. The fans are overreacting about the loss of the Browns. So I'll see you guys in a little bit if you guys watch the basketball and the football. But yeah, peace out.